Hello everybody, and today we're going to talk about the Necron Tomb Blade. Let's talk how to use this guy effectively, how to get your most points out of him, and how to be the most annoying thing on the board for your opponent. Okay then, let's get started. If you use destroyers, I would recommend you give these guys a go. You can take 9 of these, the same points as 6 destroyers, but then you have a 4-up save. So if you've got a few spare points, if you just pay the extra and have them a 3-up armor, they are harder to kill than a destroyer. Okay, if you get hit by something that does D3 wounds, even if you get a 3, just kill the 1 model, like so. If you get hit by a 1 and a 3, but it takes 1 wound, takes 3 wounds, you just lost 1, so you can still got 4 wounds. Right, you're paying the points for these for their speed, the same as destroyer. But with the destroyers, you need to keep your distance so they get wiped out. If you got 2 shots, it's suitably close range. If you've got 24-inch gun with 2 shots. These, you want them, turn 1, you want them in rapid fire range of your target. So, put these on just before your heavy destroyers or your anti-tank weapons go on, so you roughly know where they're going to go. And what you need to plan ahead, right, is have them in cover turn 1. It's up to you if you want to pay for the +1 armor. I wouldn't recommend giving them the 5-up shield because they've become 477 points. It's just too many points. I'd rather have the extra points and come towards extra stuff. The way to win with Necrons right now is damage output. We have lost all our survivability, so don't even bother wasting your points on it. So you can easily just upgrade these to like 477 points and you can still get wiped out in one turn. You hit by a -1 or 2 weapon, a 5-up's useless. And you know, it's like, why bother even put it on? Okay, turn 1. You're paying for these guys, their speed, okay? So you have 14-inch movement. So turn 1, in theory, you should be anywhere you want on the board. Okay, I think it's forward a little bit. Okay, just measured it. 14 inches, sweet. Okay, so when you deploy, you need to think now, right? You want these to hop cover to cover to get the most out of them. Okay? So it doesn't matter where your target is. If you move 40 inches straight in a line, maybe like just a little bit to the left or the right, you should be touching the cover. Even if you're just touching the side like that, you still get +1. So turn 1, if you can, get in the building, like so. Another good tip for you, right? Because these are so fat, if you can block up the entire shelf, two blades, your opponent can't actually charge you. The rule book have to be within an inch, and then the other ones pile in, they can hit you. So if you physically cannot get on this ledge here, you can't assault you, so just space them out, like so. And you can't get up, you can't be assaulted. In turn 1, you can move halfway across the board. In a building, you can't get assaulted, you can shoot them. Depending on how you all place house rules things, that is actually where you're placed. You can't be assaulted if you're up a level. And it makes no sense, but that's the way it is. You physically can't place a model there. You can't say wobbly model syndrome, you can't fit there. Okay. So, that's a little tip there. But so turn 1, get them off up the board. Now you should be in rapid fire range of whatever you need to shoot at. So you'll be putting out 32 shots. That's a lot of shots. They're -2, so 5. So the wounds are the same things as the Heavy Destroyer, but the wounds will carry over because it's 1 wound per gun. So if you're shooting these lovely little Wraith Guards again, like so, you'll kill a lot more than you would with a Destroyer unit for the same price. You put 32 shots into them, and there's a good chance they're going down. You'll have a 5-up. So that's tip 1. Rapid fire range turn 1. Get on there and hop cover to cover and try and stay on the objectives if possible. And don't forget the little tip how to block up cover so you can't get charged. Right, tip number 2. Right, I actually use these guys as sacrificial units a lot. I know they're expensive to throw away, but it's not often I lose the entire unit in one round of shooting. And it's quite often they will last on 2 to 3 rounds of shooting. They have your animation. Because they only got 2 wounds each, they have 9 models instead of 6, 8 destroyers. So you lose a mob, you get more of your animation modes back. And the psychological damage that does is amazing. So don't be afraid to chuck them in the middle of the board and rapid fire anything you can. Okay, I wouldn't recommend you leave cover because that 2-up is what you need. Okay? And then when it starts getting to late game, you're free to like advance them. If you get a 6, you move 20 inches. So if you need that objective there, damn, I got supremacy, I need 1 objective. Might be worth an advanced roll just to get in range. So, that's a good way. Another good thing with these, right, is tanks. Let's get a tank. Okay, another good thing is, right, a tank. So in the second turn, you can move 14 inches from your opponent's appointment zone, from your middle of the board. Put them there. That's 28 inches now they can move in 2 turns. I'm moving this because I can see the board better. Okay, just pretend the train is still there. So there, you move 28 inches in 2 turns. Let's pretend that that's one of his tanks, like the one with the last cannons. Okay, but the best thing is, these can fly. Okay, so you move your 28 inches in 2 turns. You rapid fire wherever the hell you want, like into the tank. These were my anti-tank option when I first started 8th edition. I had nothing reliable to kill tanks. Giving me index, I think sucked. So another good thing, you move it right into your range of your opponent's tank. It's like, why the hell do you bring up my arm, right up to my face? Rapid fire into his tank. And if you're still alive, right, assault the tank. And if you can wrap around it like so. Okay. And because they are so fat, right, it's very easy to surround a tank. You know, very fast move. So you can surround a tank, and he can't fall back, he can't get out of combat. So you could trap like one of his most expensive tanks, especially got HQs in there, right? There's some really expensive HQs there. It might be worth assaulting the tank, just leaving them in combat. Simply because the tank costs more than the blades. And eventually they will kill a tank in combat, believe it or not. But there's a trade-off. If you manage to lock in a tank into combat, say with like 400 points, you got HQs in it with like 200 points. So if you could lock up, say, 600 points to his army with 1 unit, 2 blades like that, don't worry about falling back and shooting, so just leave them there. You've already done more damage than they're worth anyway, so they've paid for themselves for doing that. That's without putting damage across every turn as you go across the board. And then he will have to come over there and sort these out and salt. So that is a very good tip there, is use them like that. It's a dirty tactic, but it can win you the game very easily. Simply because you're forcing him to come back on himself. So if you've got like an assault army, like here, say like his assault stuff's come down here, he's like, do I go for this over here, or do I go for that over there to save my tank? And like, you make him making a decision now, you pressure him to make a decision. If he makes a mistake, you can help you win the game. The chances are you probably want to leave that there, because he's paid all that points for that. You won't start shooting every turn, killing stuff. If you locked it up like that, it's like, well, really? If you put like a non-dedicated assault unit into these, they're toughness 5, so say the Wraith Guard decide to join in. You know, they might kill maybe 1. Just take the 1 away. Make sure if you do lose some, take it from different parts like this. So you can't actually fall back through a gap he makes. And you also get your reanimation then, so you can put an inch of somebody. You bring the other one an inch away, and you pile into this unit here. And you keep piling into this unit and assaulting you, so you can eventually pile back into the tank so you can't get away. If you don't want to just take him all from the one side so you can fall back. And then, he's screwed because he's tied up 2 units instead of 1. But that's actually happened a few times because you don't realise how hard 2 units are to kill unless you're a dedicated assault unit. That toughness 5 and 3 up armor makes him so hard to kill. And the reanimation on top of that, see. So you got to kill basically 9 of them with you coming back. Very good. For a weapon choice, I would recommend the Gauss Blaster, simply because you don't want to pay the extra points for the Shadow Looms with the Tesla. If you ever do run Tesla, you need to have the Nebula Scope. You need to have the Nebula Scope with the Tesla. If you don't want to be shooting at things in cover with swip saves, you never ever use your Tesla weapons for things in cover. And believe it or not, right, these have actually tied up Celestines a few turns. I know Celestines are beasts in combat, but I've kept it busy for like 2 turns with these. And I know it's like 400 odd points, but to keep a Celestine from destroying the rest of my army for 400 odd points is well worth it for me. And then late game then, if they're still alive, go for the objectives. And if you are able to like get all of these now, say if your opponent's objective, there's one over there. Like he's put, oh there's one there, see? Right, so you got an objective there, right? You got his guys on there. Turn 3, or whatever, that blows up in combat. Move him within range of this other unit. You say he's like 3 left, because you'd be shooting at him all game, right? If you move these in range, you've got like 6 left. You know. And you've lost like so many, so you got, yeah, so 6. You rapid fire into them. you kill as many as you can, so they like down to 1. And then you assault them again. These are awesome for assaulting if you get that extra movement. So if you get the assault in, if you don't get it in, you roll the roll. So you get your assault in. I know it's toughness 6, you'll be there all game trying to kill it. But you just got objective 1. And then, if your opponent has secure objective whatever, so if he has supremacy or secure objective 1, you can't get it. So don't be afraid to assault things with the Tomb Blades, because that can win you a lot of games just by taking things off objectives. I've tied up so many units by assaulting things. I know I can't win with Tomb Blades in combat. And I could fall back and shoot them next turn, which I probably would do in this case, because just the 1 or 2 guys left. On my next turn then I would fall back here on the objective like so, touching cover, and I'd blow his brains out. So assault to be safe, so he can't get away. If he falls back, his unit is useless. And then fall back and shoot it. And kill it off. So there's my few tips on Tomb Blades. Absolutely awesome. A good option to use with these is the Triarch Stalker, because the rerolling ones is very helpful. So if you've got 32 shots into a unit and you want it dead, that rerolling ones hits very, very helpful, okay? And if you're using Tesla, you really should have the Nebula Scope, so you ignore cover. You might want to drop the Shield of Veins for the Nebula Scope. You want more damage output instead of survivability. And pair up the Triarch Stalker. So you got hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, and 6s of 2 extra shots. Okay, and they can do a lot of damage with a Tesla. And wherever you do, don't be afraid to assault things with Tomb Blades. They suck so much in combat, they are really hard to kill. And there's still like 3 left, and you get into combat with something stupid like, you know, some snipers. You can wrap around the sniper like this. Like, watch this now. You can do that, right? See that? This sniper can't get out of combat because he can't fall back anywhere. And because he sucks so bad, you might not even kill him in combat. And you're free then next turn to get a free reanimation because you can't shoot this. But don't be afraid to try that as well, to keep him alive. It's like, oh, cutting 1 or 2 left. Try and surround him so he can't fall back. Get your reanimation roll. It's like, ha ha ha, free come back. And then fall back into objective here. And then rapid fire all that into your little sniper's face. And watch him cry as he just dies. Boom. That's where these shine, is the speed. Make sure you use the speed if you're using Tomb Blades. Paying the points for the speed. If you want more firepower, you invest in different units. These are, as you could say, they're just a bug. They're annoying, like a mosquito. You land on you, just biting you. Like, fuck. He's like, just get off me. That's what you're gonna use them. You want to use these to annoy your opponent as much as you possibly can. Okay. So thank you for watching. I hope I've showed you 1 or 2 things you didn't know about these. And I'll catch you all again in the next video.